Hello everyone. In continuation with the Fourier series, we'll be starting with the interval minus pi to pi. We're starting with the interval period 2 pi with minus pi to pi. Find the Fourier series of f of x. So this is the function given to us x plus x square in the interval minus pi to pi, and hence deduce this particular thing. Okay, now this is the first question which I'm dealing with the minus pi to pi range. So if you'll observe, if I'm comparing this with c to c plus 2l interval, so I'm going to get c as minus pi and c plus 2l as pi. So c plus 2l is equals to pi, c as minus pi, as we have seen this first arrow, plus 2l is equals to pi, and therefore L equals to pi. So as same as that of what we have got it from the interval 0 to 2 pi. For the interval 0 to 2 pi also we have got L equals to pi. Similarly here also we'll be getting the value of L equals to pi. So therefore the value, or you can say the formula, remains the same as that of 0 to 2 pi and minus pi to pi for a0, an and bn. Only there will be a change in the integration from the point to point, the upper and the lower point. Instead of 0 to 2 pi, we have got the limit here from minus pi to pi. Rest of all the formulae will remain the same for f of x, a0 and an. Therefore, this is the f of x. F of x is a0 plus summation an cos of nx plus summation bn sin of nx. Now again we have to find out this a0, an and bn to address the first question. That is the Fourier series. So now here we have got three sub questions. Actually we are dividing this entire question into three different parts. So first, second and third. So we have got it here two deduction parts. So a0 is 1 upon 2 pi integration minus pi to pi f of x dx. As I have told you, the formula remains the same, that is 1 upon 2 pi. L is pi here. Similarly, this is cos of n pi x by L. L is equals to pi, therefore L will go off from the angle. It will remain cos of nx sin of nx. Similarly here only the integration is from minus pi to pi, because the interval has been given to us as minus pi to pi. Okay, and then this is just a formula. I'm putting the f of x. F of x is a algebraic function, that is x plus x square. So the integration would not be difficult. There is no need to explain this particular integral. Is x square by 2 plus x cube by 3, then the upper limit and the lower limit, and you'll get this 1 upon 2 pi cube upon 3, and therefore the final answer would remain as pi square by 3, because it's just an algebraic function. There is nothing to explain me for this particular. Take a pause, understand and solve this question with me. Then an will be 1 by pi integration minus pi to pi f of x cos of nx dx. Again it's 1 by pi integration minus pi to pi x plus x square cos of nx dx. And therefore it's 1 by pi x plus x squared sin of nx upon n minus 1 plus 2x minus cos of nx upon n square plus 2. What is it? It is same as that what we have discussed until yet. First function, second function. First function as it is, integration of the second. Then this is not first function, this is also not the first function. So this becomes the first function, this becomes the second function, which is, what is it? It is nothing but the differentiation of the first function, that is 1 plus 2x, integration of the second function, that is minus of cos of nx upon n square. This was the first, this was the second. Now differentiation of the first function 1 plus 2x is 2, and integration of the second function is minus sin of nx upon n cube. This is not first, this is not the second, this becomes the first, this becomes the second. Again the 2, differentiation of 2 will be equals to 0, minus of 0 and so on, and therefore rest of the terms no need to even write. And remember, this is plus, minus, plus, minus. So this is what is known as the musical chair for the integration by parts. Now if you'll observe here, we have got a sin nx and sin nx term. As every time I'm asking you to understand what terms will not be the part of the upper limit and the lower limit. Here also we have got sin, and the limits are minus pi to pi. and therefore sorry, therefore sin nx will go to 0 for x is equals to pi and x is equals to minus pi. Similarly, this will also go to 0 for pi and minus pi, right? So this 2 will go to 0 for this, and we will remain here with 1 by pi, with 1 by pi minus 1 plus 2x minus of cos of nx upon n square, right? And which is also equals to 1 minus minus becomes plus. So it will be just 1 by pi 1 plus 2x into cos of nx upon n square. And then we'll be putting the upper and the lower limit as pi. So here we have got it minus pi to pi, and similarly it's minus pi to pi. So every x been replaced as pi first, minus every x will be replaced as minus pi. And therefore this is what is the step which I have given you in between step. So it is 1 by pi 1 plus 2 pi cos of n pi upon n square minus 1 minus 2 pi cos of minus n pi upon n square. But we know that cos of minus n pi becomes cos of n pi, and therefore we'll remain here with 1 plus 2 pi. So it becomes, just by adjusting the terms, we'll be getting it here 1 upon pi 1 upon pi into 4 pi cos of n pi upon n square, which is 4 into minus 1 to the power n upon n square Clear? So this is what is the value for an. We have got the value for en. Okay, so what is bn? 1 by pi integration minus pi to pi f of x sin of nx dx. Written here 1 by pi integration minus pi to pi x plus x square sin of nx. Again we have to go for the integration by parts. So this is the first, this is the second function. First function as it is in the first step. Integration of the second, that is sin of nx, becomes here minus sin cos of nx upon n. This becomes the second. Now this is not first, this is not second, this becomes first. Differentiation of first function is 1 plus 2x, right? And this minus of cos of nx, the integration becomes here minus sin of nx upon n square. So this is not the first, this is not the second, this is the first, this is the second. Differentiation of the first function, minus of course here, plus minus plus minus. Differentiation of the first function becomes 2 over here, and integration of the second is minus sin of nx upon n square, becomes cos of nx upon n cube. So this is not the first, this is not second, this becomes first, this becomes second, next function becomes 0, and so on, and we are not writing it up. Again, look at this, sin of nx becomes 0 for x is equals to pi, and it is for minus pi as well, and we have to just deal here with the functions 1 by pi, right? X plus x squared minus cos of nx upon n, and this is not the part, this second term won't be there, plus 2 times cos of nx upon n cube, right? And the limit is from minus pi to pi. If I'll put the upper limit and the lower limit, this is the step I'm going to get, that is 1 by pi. Every x been replaced as pi first, minus every x been replaced as minus pi. And this is the step we have got it. After simplification, we know that cos of minus pi is equals to cos of n pi, cos of minus n pi is equals to cos of n pi, and therefore this entire thing will become here 1 by pi minus 2 by 2 pi upon n cos of n pi, and therefore this cos of n pi, we know that cos of n pi is minus 1 to the power n, that we have seen in the last step also, which is minus 2 minus 1 to the power n upon n. This is our bn. We have got the bn. So we have got a0, an, bn, and therefore we'll be writing the Fourier series, that is a0 plus summation an cos of nx plus bn sin of nx as this. We have just put the value of a0, an and bn over here. If I'm going to expand this entire bracket, entire thing, we are going to get this as the next step. This as the next step, that is x plus x square is equals to pi square by 3 plus 4. From where we have got these terms, we have already discussed this type of things before as well. It is n equals to 1, the value of this as the first term, n equals to 2, the value as this, n equals to 3, the value as this. So we have just putting this summation sign, n equals to 1, so it's minus 1 to the power 1 upon 1 square cos of x. So minus 1 to the power 1 will give me minus 1. So this becomes minus. So every odd term here will be minus and the even term would become plus. Similarly here, we have taken that minus sign out over here. So n equals to 1, minus 1 to the power 1 upon 1 sine of x. So again, this is minus 1 to the power 1, n is present. Therefore, the odd terms here also, this n equals to 1, n equals to 2, n equals to 3 and so on. And therefore, odd terms, every odd term becomes minus and every even term becomes here plus. Okay, so this is the second question will be, so this is this. Here we have addressed the first question, that is a Fourier series expansion. The second question is here, that is pi square equals to 1 upon 1 square minus 1 upon 2 square plus 1 upon 3 square and so on. We have to take the x is equals to 0. Why? Because if you'll observe, I need 1 upon 1 square, 1 upon 2 square, 1 upon 3 square. That means I need this term, right? And cos of nx, cos of 2x, cos of 3x, everything should go to 1. Similarly, I don't want this, the second bracket I don't want. That means this term 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and so on. And therefore, I have to choose my x in such a way that I'm going to get, I will remain here with these terms, but the other terms should go vanish, should go to 0. Therefore, I'm taking this, putting x is equals to 0. Again, this x equals to 0 should be the part of the interval. So this is a part minus pi to pi, and therefore, if I'm putting this x is equals to 0 everywhere, so LHS will give me 0 plus 0. So it's 0. Pi square by 3 plus 4. Cos of 0, cos of 2, cos of 0, cos of 0 will give me, everything will be going to be 1. And therefore, will remain here with the answer as pi square by 12 equals to 1 upon 1 square minus 1 upon 2 square plus 1 upon 3 square and so on. So we have addressed the second question as well, right? First and second question as well. One more is remaining because we have got a 2 deduction. That is here. This is the series what we have got it. So pi square by 6 is equals to 1 upon 1 square, 1 upon 2 square plus 1 upon 3 square. But I know I need everything have to be plus, right? Okay. So what should be that? Again, the second bracket, I don't want it here. 1 upon 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and so on. So I have to choose my x in such a way that the second bracket should also go to 0. Previously, we needed the alternate sign. Here, we don't want that. And therefore, we have to choose x is equals to pi. So if I'm putting x is equals to pi both the sides, so it is pi plus pi square. It's a pi over here. It has been hiding because of this button. Pi plus pi square is equals to pi square by 3 plus 4 and so on. So if you observe this cos of pi, cos of 2 pi, cos of 3 pi and so on, the second bracket will give me 0 for x equals to sin pi, sin 2 pi, sin 3 pi, everything will go to 0 here. And therefore it is pi square by 3 plus 4. Now cos of pi is minus 1, minus becomes plus. Cos of 2 pi is plus 1, so it's here. Then cos of 3 pi is again minus 1, so again minus becomes here plus. So from where we are getting this, this is nothing but cos of n pi is equals to minus 1 to the power n, right? And therefore this becomes here the negative 1 if n is odd, right? And this becomes plus 1 if n is even, and that is what we wanted to have it here, because we want everything to be plus. And as there are the negative signs with the odd functions, there should be one more negative sign should come here, and that is why we have taken this x equals to pi, which is the part of minus pi to pi, in such a way that we'll be getting or we'll be receiving the second the series as well. And therefore putting x is equals to, so we have got it here. So this is what the first series we have got it for x is equals to pi, right? Now for x is equals to minus pi, because this is not getting sum, my purpose is not getting sum, it's pi square by 3 only. It's minus pi square by 3 only. I want pi square by 6. So this is again a different kind of question where I need to have, to get one series, I need to have two different x. Clear? So this is putting x is equals to minus pi. If I'm putting x is equals to minus pi everywhere, if you'll observe here, I'm going to get this type of series. So if you'll observe this, both the series, they are exactly same. They are exactly same. That means what? But here, why is there is a need to choose one more time. Sorry. Why there is a need of choosing x is equals to pi and x is equals to minus pi, because here I'm getting just pi square by 3. I want one more time here. So if you'll observe this, both the series, they are equal. What will we do? We will add both of them. Adding these two, we are going to get this particular series. And therefore this is a very important thing to understand. If at all I am not going to get the series from only one substitution, I need to go for one more, and I have to choose that substitution in such a way that ultimately I'll be going to receive the particular series which has been asked in the question. Okay, and this is the self-observation slide where I've given x minus x square. We have dealt with x plus x square. I've given purposely a similar kind of question just to deal with this particular and just to cross check whether you are really following the things or not. And the second is e to the power ax in the interval minus pi to pi. Two questions along with the two answers. This is also I've given, but whenever you are trying to do this particular self-observation slide, try to do it independently instead of taking anybody's help, so that you can easily introspect whether you are really following the stuff or not. Yeah, this is from my side for this particular session. Thank you. Happy learning.